realized, which was probably a very difficult lesson to learn, is that life truly is seasonal. That everyone who comes in our lives, very few of them are meant to stay the duration. What happens is many times we attach ourselves to people that were only meant to be there for a season, and we decided to turn them into lifers. And it frustrates us. Someone asked me, well, how do you know when to stop trying in relationships? How do you know when to stop trying? How do they get out that revolving door? How do they stop the cycle? One of the things that I do and I judge is I look at as I'm evolving is that relationship with that person evolving, because many times a lot of the issues that we have with people is the fact that we have evolved and grown. I have found that a lot of people don't have any problems with you the way you are when they meet you, but they start struggling with you when you start growing. And that's one of the reasons why so many of us struggle with our family members, is because we knew them when. And when they start evolving and growing, we want to continue to keep them in that place. And some of you are frustrated because many of your family members are simply still trying to remember you as who you were. When I was growing up, people used to call me Stevie. As I became a man, that Stevie label fell off of me and I became Steve, but I still have family members who still see me as Stevie. And I'm not Stevie. I am a grown man now. But let me tell you, there are 4 pillars that I look for, and maybe you should look for, in relationships. Maturity, honesty, transparency, and authenticity. Now, many people can't be honest with you because they're not honest with themselves. So when you notice these signs and see people who have a difficult time accepting who they are and have a hard time being honest with themselves, my friends, don't expect them to be honest with you. Many people cannot be authentic because they've always lived their lives for other people and for other people's approval. So when you meet those people who you see are constantly concerned about what others think of them, there's a strong chance that those people cannot be authentic with you and cannot have honest conversation with you. A lot of people can't be transparent because they're ashamed of what's underneath. And they feel like they have to hide it. So they're not going to be transparent with you. Therefore, when those 3 things don't exist, maturity is almost non-existent, not going to happen. You know, what bothers me is that many people cannot have just honest conversation. We don't know how to agree to disagree. We think when we disagree, the relationships are over, particularly young people. They think when they have a disagreement with you that it's over and to cut you off. And I mentioned yesterday in a post about burning bridges. My friends, the greatest relationships and friendships are built through adversity. So be careful about cutting everything off so fast, but also be careful about going in cycle in that revolving door. My friends, you know, I want to leave this with you, and I did this last because this is probably the most important piece. In Matthew 7 and 6, it talks about not casting your pearls before swine. Number 1, you first need to recognize what your pearl is. And number 2, what the swine is. See, what your pearl is what you value. Your time, emotions, energy, love, sexuality. That's your pearls. Many of us have thrown our pearls before swine. The thing about swine is they treat trash and pearls the same way. I'm going to let that sit with you. So many of you are placing your time, your emotions, your love, your energy, your sexuality before people who see your pearls as trash. So they treat you like trash. You start accepting that dysfunction. And then when you find someone who appreciates your pearls, here's the crazy part, how our minds. We will struggle with those people because we got used to the mistreatment. So be careful about casting your pearls before swine, because what'll happen is when you meet that person who can honor your pearls, you will struggle with them because you have gotten used to the dysfunction of the swine. My friends, serve, care, and love. Enjoy your day, and I hope you chew on this.